Welcome to Wisdom from the Mountain, a podcast about intuition, spirituality, and following your path. I'm your host, Tara Alexandria. I'm a psychic medium, intuitive guide, and healer. I'm here to support you to live from your intuition and find true healing and authentic growth. Thank you for being here and for your willingness to live your best life, for yourself and for the world around you. Hello, beautiful soul, and thank you so much for being here. Today is a Moon Messages Day. With new moons, I always feel like we are planting seeds for something, for some kind of growth, for some kind of change. And with this new moon in Cancer on July 2nd, we have an incredible opportunity to dive into our roots, our foundations, and to review them, to think about whether or not we are living from a really firm foundation, to dive into our emotions in such a way that says, does something need to shift? Does something need to change so that I feel richer and brighter and more uplifted going forward? We especially get to focus on planting seeds and the new with this new moon because it is also an eclipse. The eclipse itself brings in huge changes. Of course, you can read about that in astrological sources because I am not an astrologer, but the energy is always huge with eclipses. It is a changing of everything for everyone. It is a huge energy that comes in and clears away what is no longer needed, so that you have the space to create something new. With this particular eclipse, it's important that you're completely open to every possibility, that you're completely open to the idea that you are an alchemist, that what you create in your life is in your control, that each day you wake up and the particular mix of actions you take, of words you speak, of thoughts you think, are creating all of your experiences, are creating that next step for you, are creating how you're feeling in your body, how you're going to feel tomorrow and the next day. It's also a really beautiful new moon to just be at home and to feel like you belong. To be with friends that are maybe old friends or deep connections that make you feel safe, that make you feel full. Family can be such a difficult construct for us to even think about. But family doesn't just mean those that we're related to by blood. This can be our chosen family. It can be people that we've given the title of family, who are so important to us because of the way we feel about them and the connection that we have on this planet at this time. As humans, we all belong, but creating that space of belonging, that sense of belonging, is something that we're almost always working toward. This is because we are so used to living in a world that tells us that we have to fight for our place, that we have to struggle, or that we have to get there before someone else does. It is only in recent years that we've been moving into this expanded paradigm of understanding that there is enough for everyone, that there is more than enough love in this universe, air in this world, water, food, everything that we need is here to support us, for us to support each other, to love each other, to learn from each other, and to grow. If you've been feeling like you don't belong in some way, that you grow differently or change differently, that when you are around people that you feel that difference is so stark that other people know it too, it's important for you to start breathing into that idea. Why do I feel that I don't belong? What is this sense that comes over me when I start to think, I don't belong because I'm different, or I don't belong simply because I don't fit or feel like I belong. And during this new moon, you might feel more connected. You might be thinking, I belong. What are you talking about, Tara? Of course I belong. I feel it. Because this is a beautiful, rich new moon in Cancer that often has a deep sense of stabilization in emotions, that has a deep sense of being nourished. But sometimes Cancer turns outward to nourish everyone else and forgets to turn inward to nourish the self. So it's important that you take nourishment for yourself as well, from others, from your environment, from yourself, from your own heart. Whatever you do during this time, make sure that when you connect with other people, that you are looking in their eyes, that you are giving them full and complete responses and communications, that nothing is brief, that nothing is just a cursory hug or glance. Make sure that you are going into the depths here in your connections, because your connections are going to give you what you most need right now, which is an understanding of the roots that you are growing upward from here. Your sense of belonging and your sense of family, your sense of friendship, relationship, and emotional connection is what you most will be making decisions from at this time. Everything will be coming from this space of, how does this serve my longer term community, my longer term connection with other people? Am I taking myself from a space of less connection to deeper connection? Am I going from the shallows into the depths? Or am I retreating from the depths into the shallows? Just notice what it is that you're ready for, what it is that you're looking to expand into. For so many, this eclipse might bring feelings of a sudden change, of a total shift in awareness of who you are, of how you can be, of what direction you'll go forward, of dreams, of habits, of goals, of personal life. Every possibility is open to you. And again, we have to go back to that idea of being the alchemist. An alchemist can turn any metal into gold. An alchemist is a person who, whatever they touch, becomes a success. Success is not measured by what others think, but by what you feel, by what you achieve with everything you do. The idea of success to me is simply transforming something from one thing into another, of creating something new from something old, of integrating ideas so that a new idea that is beautiful and uplifting and moving us forward is born. When you start to doubt whether or not you're an alchemist, whether or not you're a co-creator of your reality, of your world, it is so important to turn to teachers. It is so important to turn to guides who have been there, teachers who know, who you listen to and you say, wow, they just know. They know what I'm feeling or what I'm thinking or what I've been through. Even if they're not talking about it, I can feel it. They know. And if they know and they've gotten through it or gone beyond it, I can do the same. I can learn from them. I can learn to live in a way that feels expansive, that feels aligned, even if I can't see my way forward right now. And I'm just going to start at square one, wherever that is. Wherever I am is square one. That is such a beautiful space to hold for yourself, to say, right where I am is where I'm going to start. And that is perfectly okay. Because then you get to take the judgment away from where you want to end up, where you feel that you're going. I've often felt that when eclipses come in, I can't wait to see how my life changes, how my life transforms, what's going to happen on the other side of that eclipse season. But what I'm really feeling with this new moon and eclipse energy is that it's important for us to know that we don't know what's on the other side, that we are getting into a boat to cross a river, maybe with a guide, maybe by ourselves, and we don't know when we'll hit the other bank, what it will be like there, who will be meeting us, or who might not. But that we have every right to own our power in this process, to step through this portal, to move through this portal in a way that says, I'm magnetic, I'm strong, I'm powerful, and I'm totally 100% capable. Moving from this sense of family or belonging or rich relationships and safety really creates so much strength to move forward from, because we're moving from a strong foundation. Our early life is often our foundation on a mental level, on an emotional level, and even a spiritual level. We can see it in the physical world. For example, if you grow up in a family that is well fed and well clothed and really has things going for them, it's often easier to move through physical reality. It's often easier to move into teenagehood and adulthood and getting jobs and getting an education than if you had come from a space of lack. But if we think about this on an emotional level, on a mental level, and a spiritual level, if your foundations aren't deeply rooted, if they aren't positive and uplifting, you have a lot of work to do in this life. You have a lot to move through so that you can elevate yourself to a higher place on that emotional, mental, or spiritual level. If you come from a low or negative belief system where you're always thinking that you'll be unhappy, or that there isn't enough, or that you don't belong, or that you're not safe, or that your relationships aren't deep and connecting and important, it's hard for you to move into the opposite of all of those feelings, to start inviting a rich relationship life into your space, into your way of being in the world. It's hard to invite that sense of belonging, that sense of safety. So you have to open into those foundations. You have to kind of tear up the floor and look at what's underneath it. You have to look at the foundations of the house if you're going to keep building on it. Our history isn't always something that we carry in front of us or on our sleeve for everyone to see. But our history informs our energy, our emotional history, the way that we've interacted with people up until now, the way that we've held our power up until now. Everything creates the energy field that you're in right now. You have the opportunity to integrate your experiences to create a better version of yourself, to alchemize that new version of yourself, that new energy, so that you can move forward from this huge alignment, from this space of saying, my foundations are strong, they're clean, they're clear, they're sturdy. I know that I can build from here. I know that I can go forward from here. Dive into family time right now. Dive into friendship time. Go out and connect. Make eye contact. Actually hug. Take the time to make connections, to create that sense of belonging for yourself and for others. This is such a good time to do so because we are coming up on a holiday in the US, and we are at this height energy of summer, of this bright, young energy, of this energy of being out in the world, of connecting to others in this really external way, this really visible way that creates a sense of seeing each other for who we are. From this space, you can really move forward right now. From this space, you get to really root in right now to your own foundations, to yourself, to what you want, to what you feel. You get to be the person that is not only turned toward others to nourish them, but turned toward yourself and ensuring that your heart is receiving all of the nourishment that you need. all of the support you need, all of the joy, all of the depth of connection. And from that space, you get to move forward into your brand new steps, your next reality, whatever you want that to be. You get to have the chance to wipe the slate clean, to draw a new picture, to create a brand new way of being in yourself and in the world. And you have total permission to do so, not from me, not even from yourself, but from the universal energy that's here right now. It's here for everyone to be new, to feel new, to act in new ways, to become a new magnet for all of the experiences that you want to create that best life, and to bring it into your environment, your space, your energy, to start feeling it today. Every possibility is available to you right now, every single one. Make sure that as you decide to dive into new ways of being, that you're just planting every single seed with total care, that you're really looking at it before you put it in the ground and start watering it, that you mark the place that it's at, and that you don't forget to tend to it, that you don't walk away and think it'll just grow by itself, but that you give it that care, you give it that attention, and that you give it that emotion, that depth, that you have had the opportunity to grow and transform within yourself. From childhood to adulthood, we have constant opportunities to change our emotional world, to change the depths that we're capable of with ourselves and other people. But it is a choice to reach out and make that connection. It's a choice to decide to create belonging with other people. It's a choice to turn toward trust, and it's a choice to turn toward inclusion. The old ideas of exclusion are really what get to go away as we move forward on this planet. We are moving into this openness, this understanding that there is always enough for everyone. So if every possibility is open to you right now, every possibility is also open to your neighbor, to everyone in your life. All of their possibilities get to exist, just as yours get to exist. And it can be really hard to open your mind beyond the exclusivity that you might feel, beyond the tightness that you might feel, the fears that you might have, the past that you've come from. But if you can start to dig into this energy from this sense of expansion and knowing that you get to get in this boat and cross this river to where you can grow into anything, to where you can alchemize anything, and it's totally up to you, you'll begin to expand your possibilities that are already coming to you from what you've already been creating in your life up until now. I believe that you came here to be a person that changes things, that lives with joy, and that is fully themselves. I believe that you get to be that person, and I believe in every possibility for you. I hope that you also feel that right now the universe is supporting you in exactly that. Thank you so much for listening today, and I wish you a happy new moon.